Well, in a Fox Carolina investigation, in order to help you, first responders need to be able to communicate. It may surprise you, but in some buildings around the city of Greenville, they have a hard time doing that because their radio signals aren't strong enough. The city is saying no more. Going into the new year, it will require some businesses to have a piece of equipment so when first responders walk into the building to help, they can still reach the outside world. In Greenville, firefighters say it starts with one device that will boost the radio signals, and Greenville business owners, well, you'll want to listen to this.
And Fox Carolina's Shale Ramin joins us live. So, Shale, what exactly is this device that would help them so much?
Well, Diana, the non-technical term here is called a repeater. There's actually one right inside of GHS on Patewood's campus behind me here. So if firefighters were to respond this second, it wouldn't matter if they were on top of the roof or in the basement. They could all communicate clearly because of this repeater. But that's not the case for every building around Greenville. They run out into buildings towards emergencies to help those who need it most.
You think about needing something, right at that moment you could need possibly anything. We run EMS calls as well, and we run fire calls. Sometimes you just need one tool.
But every now and again when Greenville firefighters, police, or EMS go to pick up their lifeline, their radio, it can be a heart-sinking feeling.
You get on that radio to call, and you can hear it not go out, and it's just like, oh my goodness.
Tristan Johnson with Greenville Fire says it's minutes, seconds wasted because their radio signals couldn't reach others in or out of the building.
And we can see that Greenville's growing, leaps and bounds. We have taller structures, we have larger structures. The building materials have changed. And so the building materials of old that maybe allowed for the radio transmission to get out no longer exist. And so those signals have to be boosted.
You may not be able to see it, but a silent device called a repeater will help strengthen their radio signals. Think of it like your phone syncing up to Wi-Fi to help boost coverage.
That communication has to be effective so that we can clearly dictate what each of us needs because our needs are different. And so not being able to get that thought out, get that process out, again, can hinder us being able to save a life or prevent a life from being taken. Starting
January 14th, the city of Greenville will make sure any new structure built will have these repeaters inside. The older buildings are no exception. If the signals are weak inside, business owners will need to cough up the change to have one installed.
It really is a difference to say that this call was successful or not.
Now, I mentioned earlier that Patewood's campus has these repeaters. GHS Memorial, they are working with the fire department as we speak to boost those signals. So whether you'll be required to have a repeater, that will really vary building to building. Cody and Diana.
So, Shale, let's talk about the cost of something like this. It sounds like the business would be responsible for it, right?
Yeah, they would, Diana. So as far as buildings going up right this second, they will be slapped with a permit fee. That'll be around $100 or so, and then they'll work with a contractor, and then that's when they'll go through the individual installation fee. So really it's going to vary from building to building, but regardless, firefighters say this will be a very important tool going forward. Reporting live in Greenville, Shale Ramin, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.